A Swiss, Switzerland, Bank Guide. Chapter 1. A Swiss Bank Guide. Swiss Banks, Pro. I have heard two conflicting reports about Switzerland. One says they're the greatest tax haven nation interested only in their bank account holders' privacy. The other says they have sold out to the highest bidder. Because the American government offered them a piece of the pie of the accounts they turn over, the Swiss have caved in and are now complicit with the American government both in seeking out potential criminals and simple tax cheats. The following article is the pro view. There's nothing illegal or fishy about wanting or having a Swiss bank account. Swiss banks welcome accounts from foreign residents all over the world, and a vast number of average Americans have accounts all over Switzerland. The main reason for wanting a Swiss bank account has to deal with the privacy such an account provides. The Swiss have some of the tightest regulations in the entire world as far as who can gain access to your account. If you're looking for a way to protect assets from snoopy investigators, a Swiss account can be the ideal place. Switzerland has a very stable economy, as you probably know, with a gold standard, meaning that the money is backed by gold reserves. Some people like Swiss bank accounts because of the privacy factor and the stability. Even the Nazis left Switzerland alone during World War II because Nazi money was no good on the world market. They needed the Swiss to launder the money they stole from everybody. The Swiss have become experts in dealing with foreign currencies, and they're one of the leading financial countries in the world. The Swiss are adamant about not revealing the identity of their account holders to anyone else, not even foreign governments. If you don't tell the IRS that you have Swiss accounts, they won't know unless you leave a paper trail, like phone calls to Swiss banks, use a calling card from a payphone, checks from your American account going to a Swiss bank, or your paperwork laying around in plain view in your house. Although in the interests of catching big-time criminals, the world, including the Swiss, will open their financial records to foreign governments who are investigating a crook for criminal charges, this is only applied to very bad terrorist-type people, deposed dictators, and big-time drug dealers. There are 4 official languages in Switzerland: French, German, Romansh and Italian, but many banks deal in English since that's the world's business language. It's a crime for any bank employee to disclose any information about any account holder to anyone. The currency is the Swiss franc. Opening a Swiss account is much the same as with any bank. If you're making a truly large deposit, most people prefer to do so in person. If you decide to open an account by mail, you will first have to request the forms needed to open an account, fill them out, then get your signature verified at a Swiss consulate or any of their affiliated banks in this country. This procedure is much like what one does to open a mutual fund or other securities account, and is nothing more than a bit of red tape any financial institution puts you through, and not an invasion of your privacy. It's best to send your deposits by money order, which offers the most privacy. Bank drafts are also acceptable, but avoid using bearer bonds or securities when making your deposit, or you're required to file a lot of red tape at tax time. For protection, have your lawyer execute a power of attorney over your Swiss account. Unlike American law, the Swiss still consider such legal instruments valid even after a depositor's death. If you're not comfortable leaving a power of attorney with the bank, discuss options with your legal counsel in case of your disability or death. Swiss banks offer the same range of services of other banks: checking accounts, savings accounts, custodial accounts, etc. They also will hold other valuables like stock certificates, gold, silver and other property for a fee. Like other Swiss accounts, they are protected under Swiss law from any snooping unless you're engaged in criminal activity. When it's time to make a withdrawal, it can be paid in the currency of your choice: Swiss francs, American dollars, whatever you would like. Unlike American law, where law enforcement agencies, the judicial system and private citizens can gain access to all kinds of financial information, under Swiss law, except for extraordinary circumstances, neither the bank's officers or the bank's employees are allowed to reveal any information relative to any account to anyone, including the Swiss government. No private citizen or their legal representative can ever receive any type of information about anyone's Swiss bank account under any set of conditions. That includes all types of legal proceedings that the Swiss classify as non-criminal behavior. The Swiss consider tax evasion and many other crimes under US law as political offenses. Things like divorce, inheritance disputes and bankruptcy cases are examples of private matters, and as such the secrecy of the account is protected from any legal action to verify the presence of or attempts to seize any assets. There are some notable exceptions. 3 types of activity which the Swiss consider illegal and are bound by treaty with the United States to open the account for possible legal proceedings are: organized crime activities, drug trafficking, insider trading of securities. Terrorism is probably on the list by now. In instances of this kind, the Swiss authorities have the final say on whether or not to reveal any information. The Swiss currently charge a hefty 35% tax on interest earned in Swiss accounts, but Americans get 30% of that tax refunded by showing that they're not Swiss residents. To claim the refund, there is a catch-22. You must identify yourself, which of course gives up your secrecy, but it's no big deal to identify yourself in Switzerland if it's the American government you're hiding from. If you maintain the account in Swiss francs and the franc increases in value relative to the American dollar, you may also be liable for a capital gains tax when you withdraw the money and convert it back to United States dollars. If you sustain losses from any decrease in value, they are usually not deductible. There are no U.S. restrictions on having Swiss bank accounts, but current IRS regulations require you tell them what foreign accounts you have when you file your annual income tax return. If you tell them you have foreign accounts, the Internal Revenue Service requires more paperwork. Interest earned in a foreign account is still taxable under present U.S. tax laws, but you usually get to offset foreign taxes that you may be required to pay. Consult with a tax expert to learn what present regulations are, since they change frequently and are beyond the scope of this article. Proceed as with any account. You will have to get your signature on the account form either notarized or verified by the Swiss embassy. That's it. From there on, you're protected. It's that easy. Remember that the American government expects you to pay taxes on your foreign accounts. It's your choice whether to tell them or not. The more money you have, the more interested the Swiss banks are in dealing with you. Some banks will not accept a new account holder without a reference from someone they're affiliated with. If you have $100,000 plus, you can open a discretionary account, which is basically an open account where you can buy securities like stocks, funds, etc. And they will manage it for you. For better service, try the smaller banks in Geneva. You can store gold or buy it at Swiss banks. If you're interested, you can buy annuities and life insurance in Switzerland, but you must make direct relatives your beneficiaries. There are only about 20 insurance companies in Switzerland, all of them very stable and well managed. They sell annuities, which you know from the previous section on annuities that they are investment vehicles for retirement. You can legally buy them and put unlimited amount of money into them, and you're only required to pay 1% federal excise taxes to the U.S. government, IRS Form 720. The Swiss government doesn't report its purchase, it's your responsibility to report it to the American government. Nothing in the policy is disclosed to the IRS. There are no Swiss taxes on the annuity. Although Swiss bank accounts are reportable to American authorities in a few limited cases, annuities are not. You can open a bank account called a premium deposit account at the insurance company, where your annuity is to get checking account privileges, ATM access, automatic transfer of funds, etc. You can easily go to the library, to Polk's directory or another book of worldwide insurance companies, look them up and send them letters about investing in annuities. Another way is to use the following consultants who charge no fee because they're paid by the financial institutions. They speak English and are easy to work with. Ask them about the Swiss Plus annuity by Elvia Life of Geneva and the variable annuity, Vari Suisse. Swiss annuities are highly praised for their many advantages. Swiss banks, con. In Switzerland, the law for the Swiss is that if a Swiss citizen has a foreign account and doesn't report it, that's considered a civil matter as far as tax violations go, but if they file something fraudulent on their tax return, that's a criminal matter. So, Using this logic, according to tax treaties with the United States, whatever is a crime in Switzerland is considered a crime anywhere else in the world, so that if American authorities come to the Swiss Department of Justice and demand to see if citizen X accused of tax evasion in the US, has any accounts in any bank in Switzerland, by law, any bank that has an account owned by American citizen X must disclose this fact, whereupon the account will be frozen and all the money emptied out. But the funny thing, based on what I've read, is that even if there has not been a trial yet for citizen X, they take the money in his Swiss accounts and split it 3 ways. 1/3 to the Swiss government, 1/3 to the Swiss bank where the account was, 1/3 to the American IRS. Should there be an unlikely case where citizen X wins his tax evasion trial, the Swiss have an agreement with American authorities that the individual can never come back and reclaim his money. That money is gone for good. In fact, when you open a Swiss bank account, they have a disclaimer right at the beginning that cleanses them of all claims if a foreign government comes looking for an individual and they give him up. One possible way around it is to open an account through a lawyer using a corporate name, but Swiss law says every corporate account must disclose the actual names of the person or people behind it. The best solution is to avoid Swiss banks. This could be propaganda set up by people who want you to bank elsewhere, but I've seen it repeated several times from different sources. It could be the parrot effect, everybody parroting what they heard one person say, but the argument is convincing, that Swiss banks might claim to be the greatest haven for privacy anywhere, but at the same time, they're pacifying Uncle Sam by giving up the accounts of individuals Uncle Sam is interested in while making a hefty profit at the same time and not publicizing this dirty little secret. They could be trying to play both ends. The Swiss did it before by catering to the Nazis and the big American corporations at the same time. They were what kept the big American corporations operating in Nazi Germany during the war. Because of these agreements with the American government, it is not advisable for Americans to bank in Switzerland, but it is a safe place for the citizens of other nations. To top it all off, Swiss banks have the highest service fees in the world. Swiss bankers are generally an arrogant bunch who know all the tricks and will screw you if it's to their advantage. Having said all this, now you know that the Swiss government and banks have an agreement with the American government to turn over the accounts of American citizens the American government wants, because these people have been charged as criminals even if the charges are manufactured. But Switzerland is not all bad for the typical small fry with under $1 million or so. Just use a small Swiss bank as opposed to one of the big 3. You will be safest when using an alternative name for your account, or first getting chartered as a corporation in Panama, then putting your money into a Swiss account under that corporate name. Numbered Swiss account. A numbered Swiss bank account uses a number in place of the signature and the name of the account holder. Only the bank manager knows who the actual account holder is. To withdraw funds from the account, you must know the number. Numbered accounts must be opened in person and, in general, an amount over $500,000 is needed to start one. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/numbered_bank_account, offered by Swiss banks. Swiss annuities info. mtbi.com. warburg.com. Big Swiss banks and financial institutions. juliusbaer.com, bank. Julius Baer & Co. Ltd. Bahnhofstrasse 36. P.O. Box. CH 8010 Zurich. PH +41, 0, 58888, 1111. FX +41, 0, 58888, 1122. Vontobel.com. Von Tobel AG. Gotthardstrasse 43. CH 8022 Zurich. PH +41, 0, 58283 7111. FX +41, 0, 58283 7650. Pictet.com, Pictet and CIE. Route des Acacias 60. CH 1211 Geneva 73 PH +41, 0, 58323 2323. FX +41, 0, 58323 2324. Exclusive. Private banking company. Saracen.com. Saracen & Co. Ltd. Elisabethenstrasse 62. CH 4002 Basel. T, plus 41, 0, 61 277 77 77. F, plus 41, 0, 61 272 0205. Switzerland information. Switzerland tourism. Valeriastrasse 38. Zurich CH 8027. Switzerland. 41-1-2881111. Fax, 41-1-2881205. SD New York at switzerlandtourism.com. London at switzerlandvacation.ch. myswitzerland.com. switzerlandtourism.ch. switzerlandtourism.com. switzerland.com/travel. swissinfo.org. swiss-network.com. Switzerland Embassy. 2900 Cathedral Avenue. NW. Washington, D.C. 20008. Lists of Swiss banks' websites. The following is a list of some major Swiss banks. All are accustomed to dealing with Americans. You can send them a letter or an email and ask about forms and instructions for opening an account. Global Bank Directory. banksdaily.com. law.com/ny/links/swissbanks.html. access.ch/investment forum, Swiss banks. privateinvestments.com. schweizer.ch, Swiss. swconsult.ch/chbanks/index.html, Swiss banks. swissbanknet.ch. swiss-group.com. swissinvest.com. telecours.com. tcusa.com. Swiss investment companies. MRI Trading AG, Barerstrasse 53 PO. Box 7362 6302 Zug, Switzerland. Phone, plus 41 41 727 2800. Fax, plus 41 41 727 2899. mri-group.com/offices. 3 Keys Capital. 10 Barerstrasse, 6304, Zug, Switzerland. Plus 41 21.944.1707. info@tuikis.com. tuikis.com. Sika. sika.ch/members/Egeria-group-ag.aspx. Egeria Group AG, Sika Swiss Private Equity and Corporate Group. Corestone Investment Managers AG, Barerstrasse 10 6300 Zug, Switzerland. Tel, plus 41 41 726 8585. Contact, at, corestone.ch. corestone.ch. Alternative Partners AG, AP, is an independent and privately owned investment advisory company incorporated in Zug, Switzerland. alternative-partners.ch. Amicorp Group. amicorp.com/offices/Switzerland. swissincapital.ch. Swissincapital is an independent investment office consulting in Switzerland. Swiss bank websites. The following is a list of some major Swiss banks. All are accustomed to dealing with Americans. You can send them a letter or an email and ask about forms and instructions for opening an account. Bank Leupostfach 8022. Bonhoefstrasse 32. Zurich, Switzerland. Plus 41 219 1111. Fax plus 41 219 3197. Telex, 812174. leu.com. Zürcher Kantonalbank. zkb.ch/en/legal/general-information.html. Credit Suisse. credit-suisse.com. Bank CIC. CIC.ch. Deutsche Bank. Country.db.com, Switzerland. General information, Zürcher Kantonalbank. Deloitte Switzerland. Deloitte.com. Banque Indiana. 50 Ave. De la Guerre, Lausanne/. Pub 127, 1001 Lausanne, Switzerland. Tel, 021-20-4741. Telex, 45 to 24,363. Cambio and Valoren Bank. Udoke 55, Zurich/. Pub 535. 8021 Zurich, Switzerland. Tel, 01-47-5400. Telex, 45 to 52,642. Foreign Commerce Bank. Valeria Strasse 82, Zurich/. Pub 1006. 8022 Zurich, Switzerland. Tel, 01-45-6688. Telex, 45 to 52,019. International Financial Consultants, Inc. Number 400A. 1700 Rockville Pike. Rockville, Maryland 20852. They sell Macata delivery orders, MDOs, gold, silver, and platinum certificates. Swiss Bank Corp. Theodor Strasse 20. 8021 Zurich, Switzerland. Tel, 01-34-3410. Swiss Credit Bank. Markt Gras 2. 8001 Zurich, Switzerland. 01-34-1800. Transit Bank Zurich. Holbeinstrasse 31, Zurich/. Pub 151. 8024 Zurich, Switzerland. 01-34-1990. Telex 45-53256. Übersee Bank AG Zurich. Limit K2. CH 8024 Zurich, Switzerland. Tel, 01-252-0304. Übersee Bank, A.G. Postfach 8024. Zurich, Switzerland, plus 411, 267 55 55 fax plus 411, 2522002 TELEX, 81725. Ueberseebank.ch. Union Bank of Switzerland. 1345 Ave. Of the Americas. NYC 10105. 212-649-7300. Union Bank of Switzerland. 444 South Flower St. La California 90071. 213-489-0600. Union Bank of Switzerland, UBSAC, Bleicherwerk 30. Postfach 8098. Zurich, Switzerland 0136-4949. Plus 411, 234 1111 FAX. Plus 411, 2365111. Telex, 813811. ubs.com. Weber Hartmann Vrilhoff and Partners AG. Schaffhauser Strasse 418 8050 Zurich. Plus 41 44 315 77 77. WHVP.ch. Portfolio Management, $250,000 minimum. A list of Switzerland banks, no websites. Banca della Svizzera Italiana. Banque Cantonale Vaudoise. Bank von Ernst. Credit Suisse. Kreditanstalt Grabs. Merki, Baumann and Co. AG. Privatbank. SBC Warburg. Schweizerische Bankgesellschaft. Schweizerische Bankverein. Sparkasse Berneck. St. Gallis Cantonal Bank. Swiss Private Bank. Thegauer Cantonal Bank. Union Bank of Switzerland. Zürcher Kantonalbank.